So which house is yours?
Alright, do you need to try and like haul bikes back or anything? No. It's not worth it to get clothes or anything. I can't even think about that right now. Like, I've just been running through my head of like, what's upstairs that we should take or grab, but I can't.
First and last name and how to spell it, please.
Jennifer McCabe, McCabe.
So, Jennifer, what's your thoughts about this natural disaster that's occurring right now?
It's awful. It's atrocious. At the same time, I am so thankful that people in our neighborhood aren't hurt. We had some time to get things situated, and you know, I'm so thankful that we did. If I know anything about this town, is that we'll all work together. Yet again, you know, this happened 12 years ago. We're going through the exact same thing that we did. So there's no lessons to be learned that I can think of, you know, in this moment, other than I'm thankful that we're safe. We are safe, and you know, I can be standing here having this conversation with you, and that I'm thankful for.
Praise God, right?
Yeah, praise somebody.
So where do you live?
So we're the second house next to the beer cellar. Yep, that's our house there. We were able to kayak to it this morning to get a couple of our things. But yeah, they're saying it's going to be maybe a week, up to 3 before we can move back in. They're not expecting the water to recede as rapidly as it did during Irene. So that's one big difference. After Irene, people were able to next day get in, start working on things, but they're saying it might be a couple of weeks. So now it's like, what do the next couple of weeks look like? You know, do the kids go to school? Like, what? A million questions and no answers in this very moment.
So this might be a little sensitive for you, and I understand that. It's very traumatizing. When you started seeing the water come into your house, I'm sure, were you there when it started happening? What were your thoughts? What went through your head?
Well, I came in the front door and I thought, okay, yeah, the water's coming. We're gonna have some time, you know, let's pick and choose, or maybe we can make dinner first because I think people are gonna be hungry later. And then I walked to the back of my house into our bedroom and I saw the backyard. I was like, we have to go now. Like now. Like, we have to go right now. And so we got our kids and we grabbed our dog and we left.
It's really sad. So you've gone through this before.
We didn't live downtown during Irene. We lived in Waterbury Center. So I saw how everything impacted people, and now I'm living through it.
Yeah. Do you have insurance?
Yes.
Thankfully. Okay.
Yep, we do.
Who all lives in the house? Is it just you and your husband? Do you have kids?
My wife and I, and we have 2 children, and we have a dog, and then we have downstairs neighbors, our neighbors Matt and Shannon, and they have 2 cats, and they left finally at about 8.
All the animals are okay?
Everyone's okay.
Okay.
Everyone's okay, and it's just stuff, and I know it. I know stuff is replaceable, but it's impactful. It really is.
Well, this is uprooting your life. Would you consider moving? Or do you think you're going to stay here?
No, I love it here. I do. I love it here, and that's the thing. These people in this community, I can't tell you how many people have already reached out. What can we do? How can we help? I have 10 places for my family to stay, and I feel so blessed for that.
Very good.
Safe. Everyone's safe. Jackie's
We
safe.
saved the empanadas.
The empanadas have been saved.
All right.
We had empanadas in the freezer, and I was like, why did we not think to get the empanadas? And Jackie's like, because we were being evacuated from our home.
All right. We love you. We got you. I don't know who this is,
know,
but I
just
love her
hate
too. And I'm glad she's hugging you. All right. What do you need? What? I mean,
Now
yeah.
I don't even know.
Have you been in the house?
No, I haven't gone yet. Could you tell if anything was damaged?
No, the water, like the water has receded to below the porch. It is slime on the porch and on that front entryway, but there's no water on the stairs.
Okay. Oh, good.
Alexander didn't make his bed. I thought you should know.
Alexander didn't make his bed. He will not.
And don't like think about it. Just give us a call. Come over.
If you can text your friends
Yeah.
about the tickets, I would just hate for them to
I'll
go to
find
waste.
I'll find a home for him. I'll let you know.
I had Drake tickets tonight.
We're in the middle of it, and I'm not. And I just feel like we should be doing 12.
Well,
Time flies.
I know. I feel
Babe,
bad
I
for
love you.
everyone on the street. Been here. I just looked in the window. Amen. Sorry.
I know. Thank you.
Good community.
Very amazing community.
We've got the best community ever.
We do.
We're here for you.
Thank you.
Anything.
Thank you.
Jen, I think we should just do a pop-up empanada like right here.
It's like forever, but then I was like, if things are getting as bad as they are, like we're not even probably gonna have room for like stuffed animals. Like it's
Right. You
wasn't
make the
about the
choices
stuffed
and you still have
animals,
to
it was-
grieve. Right, you still have to
exactly.
grieve like what didn't make it.
yes.
Right, even if
Yeah.
they're a little
But we made it,
yes.
you know, and we're gonna make it.
But just don't, like, be kind to yourself. This is super hard. There is nothing harder, honestly. Like, just that's what everybody says. Like, fires are easier, right? Yeah. Because the stuff's still there.
Yes.
But
You guys live near Brookside, right? Yeah. Because I see you walking. No, I don't know why I was out. I was at.
They have opened the Wrightsville Dam.
I have heard that they're opening it, and there's a chance they might have to fully open it, which would rise considerably, but
Yeah.
it's not fully open yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Brian, you said, right?
Correct.
So, Brian, we're in Waterbury. You live here, right?
Yes.
Can you explain to the viewers what the conditions are like?
Boy, it is. It's a flood. There's, I don't know, a foot of water in the street. The basement is fully flooded. Luckily, our first floor is dry, which is really nice. Beats Irene, which we had 3 feet of water on the first floor. And that's kind of it. It's just an eerie scene right now. It's weird because the water hasn't receded.
So tell the viewers where we're standing.
Where we're standing?
Yeah.
We're at on Randall Street in Waterbury. To the one side of us is a cornfield and the Winooski River on the other side of that. And this has come up. The Winooski River is about a quarter of a mile away from here, so you can see where, how far it's come up.
Yeah. So do you expect, you don't expect the house to get flooded. So what's your plans? What's your plan of action here? What if this water didn't go away for a few days?
If the water doesn't go away for a few days, we ride it out and do what we have to do. Our neighbors have a generator. You might be able to hear in the background. He's offered to run an extension cord so we can have, some power so we can keep our phones charged and, our refrigerator on. It's weird because, with Irene, the water receded so quickly and there was so much help and support there so quickly. And now we're still locked in. Everyone's kind of in this position. So it's going to be, hopefully by tomorrow the water will be down. But we'll see.
So how long have you lived here in this spot?
About 20 years.
Would you say this is the worst you've seen it?
No, this is the second worst. The worst was Irene.
Okay.
Where, again, Irene, the water was up to here.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was considerably different.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I appreciate you talking to us, sir. Your first and last name, how to spell it?
Jessica Burrell, Burrill, and I've lived here
Just look at
for 20 years. This is our third flood, but I would say the second worst. Irene was the worst. This is oddly not as bad, and yet the water is sitting right here, but it hasn't reached the house. I mean, it reached the house, but it didn't get on the porch, didn't get in the house. It got in the basement. Our power went out at 9 last night. Just around 7 p.m. last night, we realized we got to get our cars out of here. So we drove to the elementary school with our motorcycle, our scooter, both of our cars, and then walked back. And by the time we got back, the street had evacuated, but we stayed. We've been through this before and feel like, honestly, it was so gradual. We had time to prepare. We had time to clear out the house. Lots of friends and family have outreached to us, but we're gonna hold steady. We're gonna stay. This is where we live. We have a dog, so.
What does the dog think about this?
He's weirded out.
Yeah, has no grass. What are you guys doing for the bathroom?
So that was what my sister asked me about that. To relieve him, we waded with him through the water and got over to the state complex where there's grass, and so he could run and go find a flower to go to the bathroom on.
Very responsible pet owners to do that. Yeah.
I can't leave him here. I would never leave my dog here. So that was the goal the whole time, is we stay here with him.
Wow.
Keep
So
him safe.
when the water started coming in, what was your initial thought? There was probably a little bit of panic there, wasn't there?
As soon as we heard first was the gushing of the water boiler, piping from the water boiler that just burst, and it sounded like a waterfall in the basement from about 8 o'clock to until after we went to sleep at like 1 a.m. We slept for a couple of hours, but woke up wide awake, well rested, and ready to start planning our move, and a lot of it is we have to wait and see. We don't know yet what we can do. I mean, look at it. There's nothing we can't move stuff around. You can't dry anything.
Yeah.
So.
But this is wild. So this is a lot of people, experience natural disasters, but
Yeah.
a lot of times they're marginal. They don't last for days. This is
Right.
a prolonged natural disaster.
Yes.
It's history. It's historic.
Yeah.
You're living through it.
I feel like this is historic. It unlike Irene, it's lingered. Irene was a one and done. I mean, in terms of the water, it's not going away.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of panic, but I will also say that we feel calm, constantly assessing the situation and thinking about what we're going to do next. You know,
Wow.
right now is a quiet break, but in a little bit I'll need to get up again and I don't know.
As a journalist, I've been through a lot of these situations, and you guys are in what I consider survival mode.
Yeah.
This is survival mode.
I feel like survival mode.
Yeah, you see this after hurricanes, you know, big major hurricanes. People go into survival. They're stuck in their house. What are you guys gonna do for food? You know.
So interestingly, our refrigerator is full of food. We have a smoker, and we are big smoke people. We smoke meat.
Oh yeah.
So
that's
we
cool.
interestingly we have a lot of that, and the water's off. I tried turning the water on upstairs to brush my teeth. It wouldn't come on. We're not flushing. So, like my father always said when we were kids, we do what we can. Fill every container you can find with water. That's what we did last night.
Wow.
So.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with me.
so
It was a
much.
great.